using other people's money, there are two ways to do it. You can wrap somebody else's money. And in that situation, there's what we call an underlying lender. So you have a friend that doesn't know anything about this, and you're going to try to help him or her make some money. You can take their money, put it in the deal in a first lien position. You take your money and wrap around it in a second lien position, but you maintain control of the deal. That underlying lender gives you a durable power of attorney to manage the deal, foreclose if necessary, and all that. You're still in control, and you take a second position, and your underlying lender takes the first position. I'll show you an example of that in a few minutes. You can also go in where you co-loan with someone. Let's say right now I might be doing a loan with my brother. Maybe he's putting in 50% and I'm putting in 50%. We can do that either where we're both individually on the note and deed of trust, Mary Hart, John Hart, 50-50. We can put our money in a personal property trust together, and then the trust becomes a lender. We can put our money in an LLC together, and then the LLC becomes the lender. So there are a number of different ways to do it. You want to make sure if anybody's IRA money is involved, that you know the rules and that that's done correctly. We don't have time to go into that today, but just know there are specific rules when you're dealing with potentially disqualified parties loaning from your IRA. So the third way, which I forgot to put on here, is you can, if you get to a certain scale and sophistication, you can create a syndicated fund where you set up an LLC, and essentially you are raising money from investors, you're pooling all their money, and then you're loaning it out to the borrowers. And you as the company are taking a certain spread off the top. So maybe you've loaned it to borrowers at 12% annualized return, your investors are making 8% annualized return, and you're keeping the 4% difference. So that's another way you can use other people's money, but that takes a level of sophistication and it's quite expensive to set up those funds. All right, so here's an example of a wrap loan. And this example I did back in the day when you could easily get 15% in 5 points. That's harder to get now, but let's use it for the example. So let's say that I know a flipper who needs $50,000 and he is willing to pay 15% interest and 5 points, or 5% of the $50,000. He wants that money for 12 months. I said, that's great. It looks like a great deal. There's only one problem. I'm $45,000 short. I've only got $5,000. So what do? Well, let's say maybe my best friend is sitting there with $45,000 in a checking account making nothing. And I say to her, hey, Laurie, how would you like to make 10% on that money that's sitting in your checking account? She says, oh my gosh, that would be great. So we do a wrap loan where my friend Laurie puts in $45,000, I put in $5,000. So when it's all paid off, the $2,500 in points goes to me as the wrap lender. The total interest that the contractor pays, the flipper pays, is $7,500. That's $50,000 at 15% for a year. But I paid to my friend Laurie $4,500 of that as her 10% share. So that means what's left to me is $5,500 in interest plus $2,500 in points. That is a 110% return, because no, it's less than that. Hold on. Where is it? 110% return. I get $5,500 because I get $3,000 in interest and $2,500 in points. I get $5,500 back on a $5,000 investment. So I've made 110% yield on that loan. That's a wrap loan. Laurie would be in first position. I would be in second position. I would find the deal, vet the deal, babysit the deal, follow through with a foreclosure if it happens. And in exchange, I get the points and I get to keep that spread. And actually, these numbers aren't quite right because I forgot I'm earning 15% on my $2,500. So I would actually make even a little bit more.